Here's where you can measure the brightness of your star over the course of a night to see if you can detect a planet. The images you get back from the telescope look like this. These stars and planets are so far away that you'll only see the star and not the exoplanet that's going around it. Here's a model of what's going on to cause the star you will be measuring to dim and brighten over time. As a planet crosses in front of its star, it blocks some of the star's light. By measuring the brightness of the star over time, you'll be able to see the changes in brightness as the planet transits. Begin by selecting one of the target stars that you requested from the drop-down list. The first step to analyzing an image is to calibrate the image. By clicking on the Calibrate button, the measurement program automatically subtracts any noise from your image by subtracting a dark image, an image taken with no light entering the telescope. You'll need to calibrate each time you work with a new image. Now that the image is calibrated, you can begin to measure the brightness of your star. Download a star chart to help locate your star. Your target star is in the yellow circle. You'll measure this first. The two comparison stars are in the green circles. You'll measure these after the target star. Look for star patterns in your two images to help you find your target star and your two comparison stars. When you've found your target star in your image, click on it. You'll see the value of the brightness of the star appear in the box on the right. Now measure the brightness of the two comparison stars. Doing this allows you to eliminate the effects of clouds that might drift across the telescope's field of view. Use the same technique you used with the target star. Notice that the brightness value for the area of sky you're measuring appears in the preview window to the right. When measuring your star, try to get the whole star within the circle and find the highest brightness. The sky between the stars is not completely black, and when you measure your stars, you're actually measuring the brightness of your star as well as the brightness of the sky. In order to correct for the brightness of the background sky, you need to take a measurement, actually two measurements, of the dark part of the sky. Find a location near your target star that doesn't contain any stars and looks completely dark. When you're happy with the spot, click to record the brightness. Now take a measurement of a second dark part of the sky. Next, click Calculate and Record to calculate the relative brightness of your star in that particular image. When you click the button, the program will do some calculations to arrive at the relative brightness. First, it will take the average of the two values of the background sky and subtract that average background from the target star and the two comparison stars. Next, it takes the average of those two modified comparison stars and computes the ratio of brightness between the modified target star and the average comparison stars, giving you the relative brightness of your star. To find a transit, you'll need to measure more images of the star over the course of the night. To select the next image, open the drop-down menu. You'll see a check mark next to the image you've just measured and recorded. Select another image in the set to take another measurement. Go through the same steps as before. First, calibrate your image. Then, measure your target star and two comparison stars. Choose and measure two dark parts of the sky. Measure more images in the same way to add more data to your collection. To move between images in your set, you can also click on the arrow buttons. If you make a mistake while measuring, click the box on the right corresponding to the point you were trying to measure, and click again on the image to re-record the brightness. You can then continue to record the other points for your measurement. Click on the View Data tab to see all of the measurements you've made so far. Click on the Graph Brightness tab to see a graph of all the data points you've measured in the set. The graph shows relative brightness on the y-axis and time on the x-axis. As you make more measurements over the course of an evening, you might start to see evidence of your transit. Click on Interpret and Share Results to further analyze your findings.